Welcome to sports, everybody. Today was the deadline for countries wishing to bid for the 2014 World Junior Track and Field Championships. In this report, Charles Fisher tells us whether or not the Bahamas is still in the running.
After making the bid in September, all systems were a go. October 25th, that's today. All those financial obligations and final submissions had to be in place. However, B3's officials have informed the IAAF that the Bahamas has had to pull out due to the fact that they will not meet their financial obligations, and that was confirmed by the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Charles Maynard. A majority of the funds was expected to come from the Bahamas government.
We had a number of things that were outstanding. We are not able to present them. One of the key items, of course, was the funding for the event. It requires some $9 million worth of injection directly from usually whoever the governing or the municipality is. So in our example, it will be the Bahamas government. In the case of the other bidders, it would be the city of or you know, the county or whatever. They have much bigger societies than we are, and they have much bigger budgets than we are. And so the government couldn't, at this point, guarantee $9 million, even for 2014. We couldn't guarantee it. And so that was kind of a deal breaker.
What a chance it would have been to show the gem of the Caribbean, our newly built national stadium, to the world. Disappointing to some people, especially the athletes.
It's not disappointing because, for example, we've expressed interest in a number of other events. Carifta 2013 is something that we are the front runner for, and so we expect to host that. And then there's some other big events, international events, that we expect to be able to host within the next year or two. And so we're not disappointed at all. We realized that it was a big step for us to bid for such a huge event, but we'll continue to speak with federations and international bodies to see what events are out there that will be suitable for our size country.
Bahamas still being looked at to host the inaugural World Relay Championships. Like the Junior Worlds, we'll have to just wait and see what happens from here. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Well, track and field competition continuing last night at the 16th Pan Am Games in Guadalajara, Mexico. Jamal Roll and Adrian Griffith both failing to make it to the men's 100-meter final. Griffith was 8th in his heat in 10.59, Roll 6th in his heat 10.49. As for O'Neal Williams, he contested the final of the men's 5,000 meters, finishing 15th in 18 minutes 1.55 seconds. In terms of today, the Bahamas contesting 3 events. Petra McDonald was in Heat 2, Lane 7 of the women's 100-meter hurdles semifinals. She finished 6th in 14.09 seconds and did not move on. 2 Bahamians in the men's 400-meter semifinals. Running out of Lane 4, Ramon Miller winning Heat 2 in 45.40. He advances now to tomorrow night's final, where he will run out of lane number 5. As for Chris Brown, he is also moving on after running out of lane number 7. Brown won Heat 3 in 45.92. He will run out of lane 3 in tomorrow night's final. Meantime, the final track and field athlete to compete for the Bahamas today, Rudon Bastian, in the men's long jump final. That event currently going on after 5 rounds. Bastian sits 8th, a best of 25 feet even. Well, still on news from Pan Am, our ladies team of Joanne Woodside and Justina Stirrup, they closed out bowling doubles competition today, a 16th place finish there. Woodside, a total of 1,960 pins, an average of 163. Stirrup, 1,824 pins, an average of 152. Up next now will be women's singles, and that starts tomorrow. Well, the government secondary schools continuing along with volleyball action yesterday at the Donald Davis Gym. Up first, we take a look at senior boys action between the C.I. Gibson Rattlers and Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins. C.I. Gibson coach Margaret Muggy Aubrey giving her team a pep talk. On the other side, referee Glenn Roll also trying to assist with some pointers for the Mystic Marlins. When the two teams got on the court, though, it was the Rattlers executing the bump set spike to perfection. C.I. Gibson goes on to win this one in straight sets, 19-5 and 19-9. The C.V. Bethel Stingrays and R.M. Bailey Pacers on court next. Stingrays coming out the hotter team in this one. They took the first set 19-12. Pacers now trying to reverse their fortune, and they did just that, taking the second set 19-16. Stingrays now pulling out the heavy artillery in the third and deciding set. They take it 15-12 to win the match.
We played flat angle, because we wasn't taking it serious, even though I'm not saying that they're dead, right? But we're supposed to be practicing on them. We're supposed to be practicing on them, and I feel that we really didn't play our best today.
We didn't perform too well. We played actually terrible, actually. Couldn't get decent pass, couldn't get decent step, but overall we came with the victory. Played well, and I commend them, and see you all in the championship.
I think that we could do better, because just a team, we're supposed to be in 2 sets, not 3. And I hope that our next game we can play better volleyball.
We're just too inconsistent. We have too many people who don't quite understand that to play the game, you first of all have to serve. And we let too many first serves go into the net, so that cost us really badly.
Now, despite a rough season so far, Pacers coach Bill Morgan can still see some light at the end of the tunnel.
They're playing a lot better than it may appear. We're doing from a grassroots bit growing up. Slowly but surely we'll get better at it.
As for the Stingrays, they are now living by the slogan, "Ain't no stopping us now."
We ain't losing no more, sir. None no more. We losing, we winning, that's it.
Well, the D.W. Davis Pit Bulls junior boys basketball team taking their act on the road this past weekend to the Agape Christian Tournament in Abaco. Coach Mark Hanna entering 4 teams in the competition, 2 in the 13 under division and 2 in the junior division. One of his 13 under teams were victorious, bringing home that division's championship trophy. As for the other 3 teams, they were also impressive, showing once again that D.W. Davis will be a force to be reckoned with when the government school's regular season schedule rolls around.
I started practice in early August, some weightlifting, some running. We are much smaller than last year, but my philosophy is let your weakness be your strength. Since we are stronger, this year I play a faster paced game, more pressing and more up-tempo game.
3-time defending champions, I guess you're looking for 4 straight.
Well, 4 straight sounds kind of weird, so we're going to start the repeat all over again. So we're looking to start 1, 2, and 3 again. The guys are ready, we've been working hard, and they're physically fit.
Who do you see challenging D.W. Davis or Pit Bulls today?
Well, I hate to brag, but if they haven't been working all summer, we're going to 4-peat and we scrimmaged against some senior schools, grade 10 teams, and we beat them pretty good, so things look bright.
Well, still talking hoops, only 2 schools from the capital making the trip this year to the Big Yard for the South Anders High School Basketball Classic. Come 2012, though, organizers say they expect a better showing.
We actually had some more teams on schedule to come, but unfortunately Mother Nature played an important role. Hurricane Irene put a damper on a lot of the teams that wanted to travel. They had financial difficulties. However, we didn't have any weather problem this year. We only had to cancel 1 game due to rain.
I'm satisfied. We didn't have the numbers that we anticipated, but I think the camaraderie and the level of play was good, and it certainly brought South Andrews High teams to another level.
And finally, in sports, the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association formally launching its Play and Stay program. The program is specifically aimed towards individuals ages 3 to 10. However, according to President Stephen Turnquest, its benefits extend far beyond that age group.
The Play and Stay for 10s is an idea that was born through the ITF for all those aspiring and players who are trying to learn the game of tennis. But it is a way for those persons who are well beyond in years to use that same method of learning how to play tennis as well.
Co-chairman of the BLTA's Junior Development Program, Deron Donaldson, is spearheading the initiative. He explains how it works.
We try to use the kids from 3 to 6, 3 to 5 to use the red ball. And it's a different pressurized ball compared to the next stage, which is the orange, or even the next stage, the green, the final stage. And then we move to the actual regular tennis ball.
Local tennis coach Bradley Bain has already started using the new balls in his program. He says they should have been implemented on a wider scale locally a long time ago.
Small rackets, which go from 19 inches to 26 inches. And the red ball means that the kid is now using a racket that they can easily handle. I mean, we, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, thought it was very exciting to give kids a big racket, put them on a dull court, and give them the hard tennis ball, and let them swing away and think that they were playing tennis. I mean, we must have been crazy. But obviously we didn't know any better. And so because we didn't know any better, that's what we did.
Now, come November 4th through the 6th at the National Tennis Center, a certified ITF instructor will conduct a course for the Play and Stay program. Dawn Knowles of the Ministry of Education has assured the BLTA that physical education teachers from the government school sector will be in attendance.
All primary physical education teachers have permission by the director to attend this initiative. The secondary schools, at least one PE teacher from every junior and senior high will be allowed to come.
And that will do it for sports, but stay tuned, your weather forecast still to come.